Good morning. Good morning. It is 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. And welcome back to another episode here where we're trying to hold each other accountable, what is truly possible for what it is that we really want to be getting done. Here we have this 5 a.m. live show coming to check in, tips and tricks on how to improve our productivity, make sure that our ability to focus on the things that really matter to us, the rules of one thing at a time. Additionally, what can we change? What can we incorporate and try new? I'm your morning life coach, trying to make sure that energy is here and sustainable. It's bright and early here on Monday morning, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling a little bit haggard this morning. We got to go to a beautiful wedding, and it was an Italian wedding when for dinner they were serving not only potatoes, but additionally pasta in the same meal. Delicious. Seeing a ton of friends I haven't seen in forever. So cheers and love to you all. If any of you ever get to tune into my show, it was really honestly an honor just seeing kind of what people are up to and doing and just planning these types of things and having fun with it. What I would like to propose and start off with before we get into our list of 5 things that cause businesses to fail by year 2. So some warnings. And before we dive into that, yes, just playing this game of surprises. So we have Monday morning, and I've taken on this responsibility of a value that I'm representing to try and give back and to show up, because it could be a random day that you come in and you need to tune in at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time. You need that support. You need that accountability, because willpower's trash, and just having something set beyond ourselves. If it wasn't for this show, I can guarantee I would be sleeping right now, because I'm feeling pretty haggard. And this game of surprises, so it's okay to go out, to go have fun, to go let loose a little bit. There's certain things in life that we need to go and enjoy, special moments, ceremonies that can help reinvigorate us, but maybe not the following day. For example, drank a lot of alcohol. I'm not really trying to do that anymore. And why? Because right now I feel like shit. I had all Sunday to relax, but Saturday's debacle was kind of a longer one. And it just kind of resonates with me a little bit more that I'm not really I don't want to do that anymore. And understanding you can have fun, just don't be surprised when Monday morning hits, you take an extra break. You sleep in. You don't get done what you want to get done. Just don't be surprised when that happens. The expectation of, I'm going to work really, really hard, and then I'm going to play really, really hard, and then I'm going to get up, and then I'm going to work really, really hard. The consistency of that, well, some people in the short term can manage it, but most people in the long term burn out, fizzle, and fade. Like if I were to drink alcohol all the time and try and party really hard on all of the weekends with my friends to escape and do this, I simply couldn't do this like 5 a.m. show to try and take an extreme approach to really help people get out of a rut, to get out of the hole we may have dug ourselves in, and to show up, to give full support, to live by my values that we've gone over here on the show, my purpose statement, the goals that I have planned for both of my businesses to help support my friends and family and live the lives that we really deserve. Like that type of model, it's just not sustainable. So again, it's okay to have fun. And don't beat yourself up or be scared to go have fun. Just make sure that your goals, your values, what you represent matches up with how you're showing up and what you fill with your time. So I want to take myself to an extreme level. Most of my viewers actually watch this show later at a later time and a later date in the day. But I know if I show up consistently, do this, and I do the right things, like avoiding alcohol more often than not, getting good sleep. Like this morning, I was running around like an idiot. I didn't set my clothes out. Yesterday I had McDonald's breakfast. Hadn't had that in a while. It was pretty bomb, I'm not gonna lie. But it made me feel like crap. Dehydrated from drinking alcohol all throughout the day and the wedding on Saturday. That makes me not feel good. So I wanted to start off with this game of surprises, and just make sure that you understand what it is that you're doing. You're having fun. You're having a good time. However, there's usually a price to pay. It's hard to get a lot of good without a lot of bad. And having that balance and that understanding could just be a wake-up call. It could be the difference between, okay, I got to do that. I got to have fun with that. But I'm not going to sit around and drink a bunch of beer and watch basketball playoffs on Sunday after doing a debacle on Saturday, because the compounding of that can just dig ourselves in an even deeper hole. And I don't want this show to sound too negative, too harsh on ourselves, because it is okay to go have fun. It's okay to see people who you care and you love about and show up for the ones who matter most. Just being more aware and more clear. That is what we try to do here. We try to not be surprised, not be shook, derailed when it does come to these things, when we do these things, and that we prepare ourselves for what it is that we really want to do. And having the right actions, the right preparations, planning, such as you'd be doing within coaching, to make sure that is getting done what it is you want to get done. Well, what do we want to get done? Well, we want to keep going. We want to keep moving the mark. And this Monday morning, I thought it'd be a little fun to go over, share my screen on an article that I found that I liked. Just 5 top reasons why businesses fail before year 2. Well, this is a mark where I'm at with both my real estate and my consulting company for self-employed individuals, specifically trying to work more with real estate agents. And some of these problems come up. Some of these problems I'm handling with, and honestly, a lot of these problems trying to continue to improve on, to create not only more value for myself, my own businesses, but what we do and what we represent here at talktotanner.com, and what we can get done for you to make sure that you're on the right track, you're getting your shit done, you're actually getting the hell out of bed. If you're still in bed and you're laying around and you're thinking, is this the morning for me? Would it be worth it to get up? Would it be worth it to just get up 10 minutes earlier and take on that task that you kept saying that you were going to be doing? Is it worth it to just make that one phone call to try and find one person to help today? Having a hard time getting rejected, such as my real estate agent clients get rejected all the time. I could go knock on 5 doors and I can probably find a real estate agent. So we're going to have to contact a lot of people. And if we can take on different perspectives, if your coach can help you take on a new perspective, or just maybe a slight shift to say, who's the one damn person I'm going to help today? Someone needs my help. Someone needs my knowledge, and someone's going to get my value. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? I'm going to go find them. I'm going to go find them, and I'm going to go help them. And to do these things, we can On Mondays, making sure that the plan is right and it is on pace. Let's dive into now just a few things that we can do to avoid failure, keep it going, and maybe these are just things that you can do to readjust accordingly. So I can go ahead and share my screen. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So we got over here, simple article. Number one reason why businesses tend to fail. Well, cash flow. Cash flow and what it is that, whether it's before you start a side business that you want to get into, before, a lot of times real estate agents will work a job, a full-time job, part-time job, before they go into it full-time. They're independent, self-employed, and that is making sure that we have 3 to 6 months of reserves, and or giving ourselves around 6 months before we expect for a house to close and for us to get a check. Say if you're self-employed, you're in a different business, giving yourself half a year's worth of money to make sure that you can stabilize yourself. You can go make the efforts, because as soon as it's a real wake-up call. And this was a wake-up call for me when I first became a real estate agent in Chicago with App Properties. Is I thought they were just going to hand me clients and hand me a bunch of closings and just hand me everything, and I was just going to start cutting big checks and making a lot of money. Not like that at all. You have to go out there, and depending on what type of team structure you're on, or say if you want to do more of the work on your own, then you're going to need probably a little more time. So maybe balancing a side hustle with it. I remember specifically, I did Uber driving, and I would hand out business cards to everyone who got in my vehicle. Everyone who got in the vehicle knew I sold houses. That was the motto. That was what I was preaching and screaming. But I was also making enough side money to help support myself. And additionally, we were talking about drinking a little bit earlier, and how drinking a little too much can really fuck up our motivation and how we can stay on track with what it is we want to be doing. So finding a nice little balance between trying to hold yourself and be very, very honest. How much money do you need to support yourself, or how much money does the business need to continue to make it before you can claim yourself a profit? Because that first year, you really should, every single dollar that you're making in your business, first 2 years, should really try your hardest to try and reinvest it back into the company. Because I hate to break things like I live in Illinois, and the tax structures here are brutal compared to a lot of states. Like, taxes suck here. So I've seen too many times, real estate agent gets in it, makes a couple sales, spends all the money, has a fat tax bill the next day, and the reserves, their cash flow is just crushed, and this can cause failure. Number two. So number one, let's go ahead. We'll mark these into the comment box one at a time. Number one, cash flow. Up next, number two, I have to do it all syndrome. There's this, starting out in the first couple years, there's this weird fallacy of you have to do everything on your own. Or there's, how do I want to put this? Because I can't spend money on that, because, I can do it for myself for cheaper. And then people just don't end up doing it. So there could be some type of, what's an example within my own coaching business? reaching out to people consistently, creating customized messages, and being a little more personalized when I'm reaching out to real estate agents, trying to get them as clients. I told myself I would never hire an assistant for that. I can just do it myself. And then I kept not doing it because everything else under the sun kept coming up. Something comes up, and then it gets pushed to the side. But then when someone's like, hey, I have this business, I help people put together automation packages, I help you send direct messages, you can expect this type of return on your investment. You're like, what? That's way too much money. Or, well, I'm in coaching and people talk to me a lot about having a plan in place, really creating the vision that they want. What do you actually represent? What are your top values? What is your purpose statement? Kind of the course that I take people through to help with staying really focused and having the energy. They hear it costs money. They're like, oh no, I can just do that myself. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And then they just don't, they keep not doing it. So sometimes, whether it's in being responsible, having to initially invest in something, and just getting yourself a little more skin in the game, can help transition this mindset to, I can focus on what I am really good at, and then I can look for help in other realms that I am not good at. They say, I've heard before, and I heard this in college, where they're saying, oh, improve your weaknesses, be very well rounded. Like the education system is, you can't go too high in math until your English catches up. You can't go too far in science until your English catches up. And so they kind of, sometimes what I'm saying is, as entrepreneurs, it's very easy to put a cap on our strengths because we're trying to pick up the slack on our weaknesses, and our weaknesses are weaknesses. So we hate doing it. It takes forever. It's really sloppy. It's not fun. Versus if we had better focus, if I had more focus just on the actual fact of consulting people, to sit down with them, take them through this transformation that we have set up over here at talktotanner.com, and then letting other people kind of fill in, such as an assistant, to help with those types of messages, with those types of follow-ups, and just help with organization overall. Because that's where I fall short. I'm not as organized for myself on the side things, or not as good with kind of the initial touch and the verbiage for, say, a marketing plan. But what I am good at is, I'm not scared to get the hell up at 4 a.m, make sure I'm pushing my body with the right habits, health habits, working out, coming on here, trying to bring as much energy as passion as can, because I do love this shit. And then letting some of the other things, letting other people take the reins, so I don't burn myself out trying to be good at something that I already am pretty terrible at. So thinking to yourself, do you have to do it all? Is there people that you can surround yourself with who can support you to help give you more ideas, to give more clarity and awareness to how you want to tackle something that you know is very vital and important to the growth of your business, but not running yourself into the dirt, where you could be going out and focusing on what it is that you are actually good, what you enjoy at, and what provides the most value and profits to your company in particular. So, number 2, I have to do it all syndrome. Okay, that's a good point. I like that one. Number 2. Number 3, sales and marketing. I would put this is a great learning curve for not only everyone getting to watch, but myself. The importance of of letting people know what you do. Prospecting, I mean, I would just even put this under prospecting, just contacting more people and letting more people know what it is that you do, what it is that you can bring to the table, and using more of it's a numbers game approach. So it's just a bit of a softer, and we have lots of trainings here. And I can run you through a couple different exercises. If you ever go to talktotainer.com, you can sign up for a session. We do a lot of pricking and prodding on what it is, the verbiage that you're trying to say to your clients, and how often you need to be doing this, and what is the best approach that can help and benefit you. But yeah, sales and marketing, a lot of times, man, just a numbers game and doing more volume. Every time I go to big business conferences and seminars, I love that type of shit. So many times, these people who make it, who get the growth for the company that they're really wanting to desire, that they're crushing their goals, and they really project energy that they are having a good time, and they're supporting their friends and family with all the resources that they're gaining from their businesses. And if they keep saying, reaching out and making it a numbers game and just staying consistent, whether it is, maybe you got to start small. With my real estate agent clients, I have people do this exercise where you pull up your phone, pull up your cell phone. I know it's probably by you. And then you just call 10 contacts in your phone a day. Try it for 2 weeks. So what would that be? 14 days, 10 calls, 140 calls in your contacts. And you're just letting people know what it is you do. What do you do? And just giving a soft touch, a soft reminder. If you need help with this, could you please keep me in mind? Do you know anyone who could benefit from this? If they're your friend and you sell houses, and you just let them know, hey, I'm selling houses. I'm still selling houses. This is what I offer. This is what I do. If they pick up that message and they're like, what? Samantha said she sells houses? Disgusting. Phew. Spit on them. No, if they're your real friend, they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Samantha's still doing that. Yeah, if something comes up, I'll try to make sure, let her know. Don't be like a vulture on dead roadkill, but just soft touches, reminders. Remember, people have a lot of crap going on. People are running in a million different directions. People have problems. Everybody's got problems. I don't care who you're talking about. Everybody has problems. And a lot of times our focus and our energy can get swayed, turn in a different direction. And it's easy to go and forget what it is that everyone's doing. So as a real estate agent, not being scared to just let people know this is what I do. And a lot of times that can be helpful and a nice starting point for your sales and marketing campaign. And additionally, you want to, on that marketing side, the biggest thing I get out of back to those conferences, reading all of these books, is trying to figure out ways to be more measurable using things like CRMs, phone dialers to track your calls and your text messages when it is you are exactly talking about work. Scoot over. I was kind of cut myself on the screen. So sales and marketing. People just aren't reaching out. The people will be a real estate agent for 2 years and they haven't even texted anybody in their contacts. And I say that because that was me to start out. There was this weird thought that, oh, I don't even want to send them anything or say anything to them because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to step on their toes. If you have a service and you can help people and you bring value to the table and you truly believe that, don't ever be scared to reach out to somebody to try and let them know, this is what I do. This is how I'm trying to go about it. If I can help you, please let me know. If you know anybody that I can help, please let me know. I'm here, I'm flexible, and this is what makes me good at what I do. Don't be scared to let people know. Show some confidence and let them know. Or else, what's the old sports adage? You can't score if you don't shoot. So just understanding that that is very true. Leads and all that good stuff that's going to make us money isn't just going to fall out of the sky. So sales and marketing. Next, underpricing. For this, I kind of wanted to, because I'm so deep with embedded with the real estate agent thing, continuing to give more examples with that underpricing, or say for my consulting and my coaching underpricing. I was literally coaching people for free for about 6 months, giving my heart and soul into this shit, trying to just get as good as I can at this coaching. And when I did it for free, it was a lot easier to get clients, right? But no one took people. They didn't have skin in the game. They didn't take it serious. The type of value that you get with a free client, people just, they're not in it. They're not as committed. That's what I've come to find out within the coaching space. Or say with real estate agents, I'm not bagging on, I've met some good Redfin agents. I'm just saying there's a good, in a lot of transactions, real estate agents, I know they legally can't do this, but a lot of real estate agents, they will be biased against Redfin agents because they're usually not that great. Why? Because they don't get paid a whole lot. They do this 1% listing fee, and it's all about re-signing you back up to, they'll get you on, they can use it as a marketing piece, and then they cut corners and they cut a lot of costs, and they don't have as many supportive tools or team structures, and this and that. So all I'm saying is you tend to get what you pay for, and stand by what it is that you need to represent to make your business successful. You're never going to beat the Walmarts, the people who keep cutting and slashing the prices. There will always be a market for people who do things for free. The Walmart agenda, where it's just, oh, here's a $1 whole chicken. But just understand, you get what you pay for. And so many times you get what you pay for. And knowing what your service represents, don't sell yourself short, and make sure that my plan to support my friends and family, my plan to help me to get to retirement, my plan to help make this a real, thriving, sustainable company needs to match up with my pricing, with my time and effort and energies, with what it is. Because if you provide the value of the service that you want, if you provide it consistently, they will pay what you need. So being very careful, being very cautious of cutting it, doing it for free. I think there's a time and a place. I think there's a time and a place where we can, in fact, know how to build our skills, such as doing that free trial, 6 months of free coaching, and also making sure that we're figuring out what it is that we want to get done. Okay, moving on. Last one. Good morning. Good morning. Having some trolls in the chat. Some additional comments. Well, can't help you with that. On to the last point. No big vision. Here at talktotanner.com, making sure that is putting a vision in place. So we had the pricing models. We were talking about the pricing. We were talking about setting ourselves where we need to be in order to achieve the goals that it is that we want to achieve financially, to have the resources adequate to make sure that it matches up with how much time we're putting into this and the return that we're getting out of it. And where is this ship headed? Just really getting to that end vision, that big vision that is to make it to this is where we need to go, where we need to be, and how we can handle this appropriately. So between the two and finishing up with that big vision, over here at talktotanner.com, we can dive into and kind of really ask a lot of questions, do some fun exercises and some fun brainstorming on a one-on-one basis to get the truth out, the exactly how it is we want to conduct it, get it done, and then creating that big, I like to call them vivid visions, just as something that we can truly see, resonate with most. And at the end of the day, understanding that this thing's going to change. It's going to adjust as we get older, as our interests get older. And so having that accountability and support, such as maybe with a coach or some type of organization to help as we need to model and change and go through. And having that powerful vision to make sure that we're staying on top of it and we're getting done what it is we need to get done. So that wraps up today's. We're past 5:30. If you're still sleeping, you're not up yet, and you need to adjust, you need to get up, well, we can go ahead and set up that accountability, set up that time to what it is that we need and want to be doing, and kind of continue to go for it. So thank you all for tuning in. We will be back here again at 5 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow, Tuesday, May 3rd, for another episode. We're already on day 38. We're knocking on the door of 2 months, consistent every weekday morning. Let's continue to help people get up earlier, tackle the things that they want to do. Your morning life coach over at talktotanner.com. Thank you all so much this morning for tuning in. And until next time, we'll be seeing you around. Thanks again. See you tomorrow morning. Let's make today a great one. Awesome. Take care, guys. See you in the morning.